Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be a 1 year from now reading. About a year ago, I did 1 year from now reading, so now it's time to do another one. So this will just be the energy from now until this time next year and what's coming up, or where you will be 1 year from now. You have this in your general energies, you have this action and simplicity card. Definitely a good time to keep it simple. I think that, if you are kind of trying to accomplish anything in your life, and if you are thinking like, how can I make this harder? Then guess what? You're going to have a hard time. If you think, how can I make this efficient and simple? And how can I keep it simple? That doesn't necessarily mean you won't be working hard on whatever you're working on. It just means that you're being efficient and you're keeping things simple. Then I feel you're really going to have a good time. Yeah, you have this believe in the impossible card. Your dreams need a practical plan. This is looking pretty good. I feel like there could be an accomplishment, or you could be accomplishing some sort of dream that you have. So I like to see that. Yeah, you have this hummingbird card. The hummingbird says that you've been on a long journey and now you are getting your reward. You are getting your nectar in life. So look at this. Definitely a good love reading too if you want love. We're not going to only focus on love, but if you do want it, I think it's pretty obvious that it looks pretty good here. And you have this loyal heart card as well. So there you go. You have the world, the page of swords, and the six of pentacles coming up in your first position. The world is actually you. You show up in this top corner here. So I feel this is kind of putting you in a position of power and strength and putting you in this position of being able to get what you want from the reading. The world is an accomplishment as well. So I feel that I really do feel like a lot of accomplishments that you want to accomplish. Again, I think that what you accomplish is going to be up to you. Obviously, if you don't do any work, then nothing is going to happen. If you do a bunch of work, then you'll have a bunch of accomplishments. So it's one of those things where I feel you have to put the work in to make this happen. But if you do, I definitely see a lot of success, a lot of opportunities. This is going to be a complete change. Like, I feel like saying your life is like never going to be the same again. There's this lady, this sorceress in the middle of the world, and it represents pushing yourself through a portal. And, in the major arcana, we go from the fool to the world, then we start all over again as a fool. But to me, it's like a birth card. You're being rebirthed into, a new opportunity or a new life. We also see another portal right here with the Four of Wands, which could be marriage, but the Four of Wands is really a card of celebration. It's a card of completion, ending something, just like the world, ending one thing, starting another. And it's a card of freedom as well. So, whatever ideas you have for accomplishments or things you want to achieve, these things could set you free. You have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is like a new opportunity, I feel, something that's capturing your attention. He is a card of curiosity. If you are finding your curiosity being piqued by a new opportunity, I would definitely look into it. Let's put it this way. If you have a job, for example, I don't necessarily think you're leaving your job. This could be an opportunity inside the job you have right now where you're just seeing, a new way to work, or maybe there's a raise or a promotion available and you go and get it. So listen and trust your intuition, but not only that, your curiosity. If something is piquing your curiosity, there could be a good reason for it. It's like the universe is like saying, hey, this is something you want to do, so, go and do it, right? There you go. You have the Six of Pentacles here. Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. I kind of feel you need to pay attention to the energy and like what you get back for your energy. This guy in the middle, he puts energy into something and he makes sure that he's getting something out of it. He doesn't just, blindly invest his energy, his time, effort, attention, especially for those of you that want love right here. It's saying, make sure that if you're getting into something new, that there is equal give and take. Make sure that you're not getting breadcrumbed. Especially if you're dating at this time. But I do see a very solid connection, obviously. Like I said, look at these cards. Loyal heart card here. It could be a very solid connection if you want love. For some of you, I feel this person's already spying on you or you're spying on them. It's probably you. I'm not calling you out, but I totally am. So it's probably you that's spying on them. There you go. Take it how it resonates, right? Don't shoot the messenger. Let's see. With the World card, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, like I said, your life is never going to be the same. I think I just said that at the beginning of the reading. There is a bigger change than most people are going to be having. This is very Scorpio, right? A death and rebirth cycle. I feel you're having a death, just being reborn into something new, transforming, and finding more opportunity for achievement. I feel like there's an element of needing to believe in magic. You have that believe in the impossible card. It's like if you don't believe something is possible, then it's definitely not possible. If you believe it is, then it is. So take control of your destiny by believing in the impossible. With the Page of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups. Yes, probably another water sign. Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor, but somebody's spying here. We already know this. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. Like, are you kidding me? You have the Two of Cups twice. Definitely could be a soulmate here. I would be careful if you do have a past person who was breadcrumbing you. You know, if you dealt with a breadcrumber in the past, I would definitely cut that person out. You know, you have the Seven of Swords in your next row. I personally like the Seven of Swords, but again, in a love situation, it says, like, don't get into some sort of breadcrumbing situation or like lying, cheating, stealing. Next, what are we doing? We're going to see what you don't see coming between now and next year, this time next year. You have this card that says, your dreams need a practical plan. Yes. Six of Pentacles. We'll talk about that. Believe in the impossible. I feel that you can't just, go from where you are to the impossible. So the dreams, this full moon in Taurus, I feel you need to, kind of have the impossible dream. But I also feel you need to, Six of Pentacles, which is, think of the practical steps that you would have to take to have some sort of impossible dream. And it's like, I feel if you break it down into those bite-sized pieces, you will accomplish a crazy amount this year. Clearly, the energy is here. But as I always say, tarot is it's not magic, it's just energy. You have to kind of take advantage of the energy that exists. So I would come up with a plan. Six of Pentacles also says it's a great time to plant seeds and see what grows. So if you're trying new things in work or business specifically, then it says plant a couple seeds, try a couple things at once, right? Whatever grows, double down on it. If something doesn't grow, if it doesn't work, then move on to something else. So I feel you really need to pay attention to like what's working, what's not working. And again, everybody always says to me, oh, everybody pays attention. No, they don't. Like, as someone who's been a marketing consultant for a very long time, I can tell you that there are plenty of people, I see them running marketing campaigns, for example. They have no clue where they're spending their money. They have no clue what they're doing. They have no clue what works, what doesn't work, none of it, right? They're just throwing you-know-what at the wall and seeing what sticks. So again, that can be a good strategy if you're paying attention. But, again, I would say here, you need to pay attention to like what's working, what's not working. You have the Six of Swords, the Lovers, and the Nine of Pentacles here. The Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, of course, can be lying, cheating, stealing. You do have the Wheel of Fortune. So I don't really like the Wheel of Fortune as far as a person coming back from the past because, number one, it could say that they just want to repeat a cycle and, cause problems. And they were a liar, cheater, stealer. So, if you had a person like that, look at this right here. We go Seven of Swords, Four of Wands to the Five of Wands. So it's like a person who just wants to mess things up and cause conflict. That's like the only warning that's showing up here in this reading is that you need to be careful of a person who's causing conflict. Doesn't even have to be love. This could just be a person who's doing something behind your back. I feel if this person is in your life, you'll probably be able to tell who they are very quickly. It's probably the competition. And so, I would cut them out or block them or do what you have to do. You have the Lovers here. Again, definitely a very solid love reading. It's funny that you have the Nine of Pentacles underneath it. It's like you're in this position of maybe being independent or single or focusing on yourself. It could also be a person that's coming in for you. They could be independent, single, focusing on themselves, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Who cares, right? So I feel like you just need to, if you meet a new person who's a good person, who doesn't lie, who isn't sneaky, again, I feel this, really, for some of you, you could be meeting multiple people. You could just be very attractive at this time. Some people might be liars. Others might be truth tellers. And so I would just pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to, the truth, the person or a person that tells the truth and, get rid of the rest is what this is saying. So definitely something to focus on. I also feel that this could be your heart going this way right here. Two of Cups is you and your higher self. So if you're working on anything in work or business, your higher self or it's like you and your higher self could be, it's like you could be guiding yourself towards more success, or you could be having ideas about like what to do. So you need to listen to your dreams, your daydreams, your inner wisdom, all that stuff. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, I do feel like there is some sort of switch here, going from independent and single to being married, for some of you, or for some of you, this could say, for some of you, maybe you want love, but you are married, and that is causing a burden with the Ten of Wands. So, again, I don't, do what you got to do there, right? I don't know. I have never been through that, so there you go. For others, I really just feel that this is saying that you are independent, single. Maybe you want to get married, but again, there just are burdens in your life. There's maybe you're very busy, you have a lot to do, and it's definitely something to think about. It might be a Cancer that's coming in for you, because I'm pretty sure I said something similar to Cancer. So it's like someone is too busy here is what I feel. But other than that, by the way, Nine of Pentacles, very good for abundance. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands. Yes, passionate new beginning. I would be focusing on the new, because this whole entire reading, I feel, is talking about your life change, a major change in your life, and it's going to come through new inspirations, believing in the possible, doing the impossible. With the Lovers, yes, what do you know? Page of Pentacles, new person. And it's just a new person. Could be an earth sign. I feel like there's clearly going to be communication coming in from this person, or maybe you are communicating with this person. With the Nine of Pentacles, what do you know? You have the Temperance card, mixing two cups together. You have two of cups twice. So, I always think when I have the Two of Cups and the Temperance card, it's like two things that, could be two people. It could also be two ideas that you have as well. Sorry, my alarm's going off for some reason. So it could be you mixing two ideas together. All that would be really a good idea. Probably will transform your life. And again, another very transformative card. Next, in the area of the good stuff, doesn't matter what comes up here, it's going to be good no matter what, and it is good. You have the Owl and you have the Hummingbird. The Hummingbird is a card of having been on a very long journey, and now you are getting your nectar, you are getting your rewards. The Owl is a card of knowledge and wisdom. You have the two owls on this Loyal Heart card as well, so you could be attracting a person where it's like the two of you are very smart together, let's put it that way. A lot of knowledge between the two of you. If you are not interested in love, and even if you are, again, I feel your heart is loyal to an idea for your life, like maybe an impossible dream. And I feel if there's something that keeps tugging at your heartstrings that is the impossible dream, I really feel you need to put the work in to make it happen. Again, there's never been a time, like right now, we have Neptune and Pisces. If there was ever a time where you could say, I want to make $10 billion and actually do it, it would be right now. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying you're going to do it overnight. So before you leave that comment to that one person that I'm going to ban later, I'm sure, right? Before you leave that comment, say nothing ever happens. You just know that you're banned before you even leave the comment. But for the rest of you, again, yes, you're going to have to believe in the possible. Yes, you'd have to work your ass off to make $10 billion, obviously. So, put the work in. But if you want it, here you go, right here, and everything else that's showing up here. You have the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. Two of Cups is, of course, a perfect match. So, if you want love, there could be some sort of perfect match coming in for you. Very solid connection. Definitely communication. This right here is the Staff of Hermes right here, and it represents communication. Some of you could have been dealing with ego issues in the past, I'm getting as well. With people. Maybe you go for people with big egos, or you've dealt with people who have big egos. I feel like that's about to change. It's not like the person doesn't have an ego. I think we all have an ego. I think the whole lose your ego thing is BS in the first place. If you don't have an ego, you're going to get steamrolled by people who do. So, I think we have an ego for a reason. And, what I would say here is that, again, I feel you're just attracting a person who's just like not so in your face, different. You have the Four of Wands, marriage. So definitely marriage is on the table if you want to get married. For the most part, though, I feel a lot of you this is more talking about the portal. You are stepping through a portal that is changing your life. You're completing one thing and moving on to the next. Again, the Four of Wands, this right here always reminds me of a finish line. It's like you're crossing the finish line, you're finishing one thing up. This can represent the completion of a project, the completion of something, and you're just moving on to the next stage, plain and simple. You have the Four of Pentacles. I would be careful of too much thinking, like safe thinking is what I'm getting here. Normally I don't like the Four of Pentacles. I don't think it's that big of a deal in your reading here, Scorpio, but I do feel it is kind of saying like, hey, be careful of playing it too safe. If you're not taking any risks, and sorry, for some reason that won't turn off, but if you're not taking any risks, then you're playing it too safe. You're going to have a hard time. Or if you're thinking like, oh, I want to start this business in the safest way possible, then I think you're going to have like a really hard time. Like I would just, obviously don't do anything super dangerous, but take the risks, especially if you're building something new. Bigger risks are going to pay off is kind of what that's saying. With the Two of Cups, you have the Judgment card. Again, I would be careful of a past person, but at the same time, the Judgment is about waking up. It's like you're waking up to you could be waking up to a new person, or a new opportunity for a new person. It's like you're seeing light. There's this big light bulb on this Judgment card, so I feel you could be seeing a light in something. With the Four of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. Again, some of you have clearly gotten out of something, like a person who had ego and who breadcrumbed you, right? And so it's like you clearly have moved on, gotten out of that situation probably last year or whatever year this is. What year are we in? 2023? Something like that, right? So maybe it was like the beginning of this year, the end of last year, 2022. Or maybe you made a decision around that time. And now I feel maybe you're a little bit guarded. But again, I feel this is causing too many burdens in your life. So I do feel it is safe for those of you that want to open up and have love. Again, funny enough, I was talking about throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands, a lot of attraction. I also feel that you need to be brave, bold, assertive. Like I was saying on that Four of Pentacles, the King of Wands, he's not afraid to take big risks. He's not afraid to be courageous and charge towards, his goals, wishes, dreams. And that's kind of what I feel you need to do here. Next, you have this co-create card and this loyal heart card. I feel you could be attracting a person. Look, another owl right here, by the way. I didn't even notice that. So, there you go. I feel this could be a person that you will co-create with, that you will work together with. Again, this could also be you not fighting against yourself is what I'm hearing. This last row represents messages from your future self. So I feel for some of you, it's like you're getting out of your own way. You're co-creating with yourself. And, again, some of us, we don't take risks that we know we need to take, or we, get to that point where we normally would give up on something and we give up. That is not working with yourself. When you push past that point, that's when you work with yourself. That's when you, kind of see what you're truly capable of. And I kind of feel that's what your future self is saying. It's like, what are you truly capable of doing in your life? Are you capable of believing in the impossible and trying to accomplish it? Because, I would if I were you. You have the Ten of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Five of Wands. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help, whatever it is that you're doing. The Ten of Wands is kind of carrying a heavy burden, but I feel like you need to be open to getting help from people in your life, like help, guidance, new understandings. Don't be afraid to get those things from other people. You even have the King of Swords here. The King of Swords can be a mentor, could be someone who can help you or guide you or, whatever the case may be. So don't be afraid to ask people for help, guidance, whatever. I also feel that this could be a person who's being attracted, that you are attracting. And now this camera doesn't want to work, but, I feel it could be someone who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom if you want it. We see a lot of that here, all these owls showing up in your reading. You have the Five of Wands. Don't shy away from conflict and competition. Again, I do feel like you could be having those moments where it's like you really get excited about an idea. This is what I feel here, is like you getting excited about something and then looking at all the competition and then not being excited about it. And I feel like this is saying, like, don't compare yourself to other people. Don't compare your situation or your story or what your story could be based off of the fact that there are a bunch of other people doing something that you want to do, right? If something is meant for you, it's meant for you. It doesn't matter if there's 10 billion people doing it, it's for you. So, I feel you need to get moving. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups. You do have two nines. Two nights to me is definitely a new beginning. So like I said, I feel there's this life change that is going to change your life for, like in a big way. It's like like I said at the beginning of the reading, your life is never going to be the same again after this, but it's like some sort of new beginning that's going to lead to a lot of fulfillment. With the King of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is charging forward, charging towards success. I wouldn't don't rush things at this time, but I also do feel speed here. And finally, with the Five of Wands, you have the Three of Wands, card of expansion. Yes, so what are you waiting for? It's like you see the competition, you see something that could be competition, but I feel like you need to go for it anyway, is what this is saying. It's saying, like, don't get caught up in, worrying about competition or worrying about things that just don't matter, right? That's what I'll say there. So let's see here. We're pulling 5 main themes. You have this dragon card. It says, beware of self-delusion. I actually am not too worried about this, but, at the same time, I would keep it simple. You have that simplicity card. So I would be careful. I think you need to dream big, but also, dream big and start small is what this is kind of talking about. You have this inkpot card. It says problems to be resolved. Yeah, I feel like right now, it's September of 2023, maybe even a little bit in October, there could just be these little things that pop up. Ten of Wands, right? Sometimes I feel the Ten of Wands is a card where it's like, you start working on that project and then your computer breaks. You start working on that project and then your boss needs more of your time. Or, it's like those little things that poke up that maybe we feel are getting in the way. I feel the universe is saying, can you kick those things in the face and overcome them? Can you just plow through it? And I think that's the best answer, is to like empower yourself and get through it. And you have this King card that says, pay attention to your health. I think everybody needs to watch their health at this time. Again, don't be paranoid. Don't be worried about it, but just do the things that you need to do to stay healthy, and that's all you need to do. Next, you have this card that says, someone you know is independable and insincere. I would definitely be careful. 7 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, any past people. It could be a person who's watching you from the past. I would definitely avoid that energy. And here you go. What do you know? Big change card. Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Are you kidding? The whole entire reading. It's like you're turning into a butterfly. A beautiful butterfly there. Maybe with a stinger, right? Because you're a Scorpio. But there you go, Scorpio. This looks really good. I love where it's going. So, major life change. Looks good. Thank you for being here. And definitely enjoy your year.